Because the fact of the matter is that the values and the beliefs that you espouse, that you advocate, that you endorse, that you say that you follow, as I've said before, they are impracticable in real life, which is why you regularly suspend those values because they're not actually applicable in the real world. This is a significant difference between the Western approach to values and the Muslim approach to values. And I don't necessarily claim that it's unique only to Muslims, but I think that your way is unique to you. I think your way of approaching values is unique to the West. And this is something that I believe that the West has to understand if they want to have any hope of escaping what is really a tyrannical system that they're under, a tyrannical oppressive system that they're under, which is that your values, Western values, are aspirational, idealistic, and the idea is that this is how a perfect world would look. These are the values of a perfect world, of an ideal world, of a utopia. If there was a utopia, this is the way it would be. You know, the freedom, the liberty, the all of these various human rights, and so on. But because the actual world isn't like that, you find that your values are largely not applicable. And you find that your values have to be suspended on a regular basis in order for you to function in the world. And you have to take different approaches that violate your values or about which your values haven't given you any guidance. The way that we look at it, and I think it's probably fair to say that the way non-Westerners generally, but certainly the way that Muslims look at the function of values, is that they must apply in the real world, that the real world is a certain kind of way. And values provide you a means for navigating the world as it is, as it actually is, in a moral fashion. How you can navigate the world as it is in a moral fashion. Not how the world would be if it was perfect and ideal and everything was wonderful. In Islam, our values address the reality of life, the reality of the world, the reality of the human condition, and provide us rules and a code of conduct and a code of behavior to deal with circumstances and situations that actually exist in the world, as it is. It's a practical value system, not an idealistic value system. And you inevitably find yourself necessarily responding practically to situations that arise, and your practical solutions and your practical remedies and your practical approaches to these types of situations generally violates your idealistic values because you have to do what you have to do. And because you don't have a value system that addresses practical realities of life, you have to ad-lib it because the value system that you have doesn't address that situation. But the value system in Islam is based on practical realities of life and how to navigate it morally. This is a significant difference. And these idealistic utopian type of values that the West espouses, like I said, of course you don't really practice it because it's not practicable. You can't practice it, which also means that you don't really believe it. There are things that you believe it maybe on a certain level in terms of it should be this way. It would be nice if it was this way. But obviously the world isn't like that. So your values actually are inadequate and they don't address the realities of life. So you very often find yourself dealing sort of extemporaneously with situations. And then it comes down to the individual choice, the individual conscience, whatever you, struggling in the dark, can figure out that hopefully is the moral thing or the right thing or the ethical thing to do. But you're not actually guided in any way except by your own mind and your own heart, which is obviously easily corrupted and easily misled and easily influenced by self-interest. While you may tell yourself that it's in the public good or the best interest of the welfare of the general public or the nation or what have you, it's very easy for that to just be self-interest, because human beings are incredibly good at lying to themselves and justifying what they want, finding rationales and justifying reasons why what they want is good and is the right thing. And it's very difficult for human beings to negate what they want and deny what they want for the sake of the right thing, especially when what the right thing is has not been clarified to you by your value system.